Welcome to my review of the Horus Heresy Legion Astartes Siege Assault Battle Group. This box will cost you around 350 Australian, so if you're trying to get hold of it, I recommend, but all these sets will be coming out individually. So let's have a look at the box. So this box contains 6 Cataphracti Terminators with Volkite charges and power mauls. You'll also get an additional 6 Cataphracti Terminators with combi bolters and power fists. You'll get 10 Mark III breaches, and you'll get a Leviathan Dreadnought. This box will also contain 4 transfer sheets, 3 of one and 1 of another. So this is the contents of the box. So you have one instruction manual. You'll have one of these transfers sheets. So very nice. You got all your different legions. You'll get 3 exactly the same of this transfer sheet. So exactly. So these is kind of good if you got lots of troops and you're trying to, put transfers on. So you'll get your good old 20 per sheet. So there's 60. You will get your 1 bagger basis, which they're all kind of just assorted. So hopefully you got extras in there. You'll get, if I can find it, you'll get 2 of the Mark III Tactical Squad sprues, the standard sprue. You get 1 of the brand new Breacher Squad sprue. So I will put pictures up in the video of these sprues, so you can kind of stop and have a look. But it's a very nice sprue. Just be aware the numbers on this sprue and this one and the command sprue or command upgrade sprue are all the same. Just be aware of that. There's the other one. You will get 2 of this sprue. So this is the new Cataphracti sprue. So that's not that one. Let's have a look. There it is. So you'll get 2 exactly the same as this. So this has kind of your 3 legs. Well, 3 sets of legs. You get shoulder pads, shoulder pads, side pads. So you get 2 different variants. You'll get some heads. So yeah, and you'll get all your little upgrade at the top here. All right, this is your other one. So they are different. So be aware of that if this is going to focus for me. Don't really want to focus. But yeah, you'll get 2 of this one, which basically is you'll still get shoulder pads upgrades. But you'll just get all these extra little bits here. And yeah. There is a couple mistakes on these sprues as well, where the numbers aren't the same in the book. So I'll go through that at the very end of this video. You'll get your Leviathan. So if you haven't seen your Leviathan, you'll get, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3. And, oh, it's 4. I didn't realize I forgot there was a 4th one. That's just your weapons. And you'll get these 2. So these are different. So this is your first Terminator sprue. So this one has your bolters on it. So you'll also get your power sword, your hammer, your axe for your commander. and you'll get one of the chain fists. So, and on this one, this is your other one. So this is why they are different. If it will focus, it's not going to focus. All right, so this one has all your power moles, your Volkites, and you got your swords, your axes, your fists, and you also get another chain sword, chain fist attachment. So you only get 2. So yeah, and that is everything that is in the box. We'll have a look at the instruction manual, and then we'll have a look at the miniatures. So this is the instruction manual for the Siege Assault Battle Group. So your first couple pages are your Leviathan. So pretty straightforward. And then you get into your first Breacher squad. So they're pretty easy. You just build the torsos from one sprue. And then you basically take the arms and the weapons from the Breacher sprue, as well as the attachments. You don't take the arms from the normal sprue, even though they have the exact same numbers, which is kind of crazy. And you take the head for the sergeant from the upgrade sprue, which I realized I didn't show, so that's just it's just the basic standard one. So it kind of fell out of the box when I was pulling it out. So this is kind of, I'll just move this so you can kind of see. So this is kind of where I'm talking, like this arm here, number 28 on the normal sprue is 28 as well, but this is the arm from the Breacher squad one. So just be aware of that. These heads are from, I believe that head there's from the, no, it's actually from the Breacher squad, but that top part is from the, oh no, it might be from the upgrade sprue. I can't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, you gotta watch what like part goes on what, because like a lot of this stuff kind of is the same number. So but yeah, and then we kind of, you've got, so there's your rest of your breaches. So you got your special weapons. They're pretty straightforward when you start to build them. There's your other special weapon up there. And yeah, and then we move on to Terminators. So you just gotta watch out with the Terminators. I don't know if they've fixed this when it rolls around to these getting sold individually, but just a small little thing is, if it will focus for me. Right there. So those two numbers actually mixed around on the sprue. So they're actually wrong. So someone's just put these. So the shoulder pad is actually 57 and the arm is 55. But if you look on the other sprue, which is a different sprue, that 55 is a shoulder pad. It's not the shoulder pad that you need on the other one. So if you get this pack, you'll be confused. If you get the normal single pack, you'll be fine. But these just numbers are wrong. So hopefully they fix that by the time this kind of rolls out. As well as, I haven't put it on here. Where is it? On this page. So yeah, there is another mistake on this, but I'll kind of continue on. All right. So you basically build your Terminators. You got your multi options. So pretty straightforward. So also another thing is right here, you have to take a finger and put that finger on. I don't understand why that was designed like that, where all the rest is fine, but it's just weird. No, I'm not sure what Games Workshop was thinking there. And then just up the top here, there's actually, if it will focus, 2 more mistakes. So hopefully this is on the Volkite chargers and power moles. So hopefully by the time this rolls around, they've fixed this. But number 9 is actually number 7. Number 7 is number 9. And number 1 is actually number 4 on the sprue. So they've got the wrong numbers there. So it's kind of a bit of a pain to kind of figure out, because that's actually the sergeant body. So if you want the sergeant body, it's actually number 4. Same with the head, it's number 9. But they put the basic numbers there, they just haven't changed them. So, which is poor by Games Workshop standards. And then we're almost finished with this. Basically, lots of fiddling around. Normally these books are a bit smaller and easier to do on camera, but and then you just basically got the rest of your Terminators. Pretty easy. And that's kind of what they look like at the end. So yeah, with the Volkite chargers though and the Terminators, you don't have to really follow the instructions out much. As long as you get the arms correct, the arms can go onto the bodies wherever way, the bodies can go onto the legs whatever way. They can swap out shoulder pads, you can swap out weapons. So kind of change them as long as you get the arms correct. So the shoulder pads, so there's 2 variants. The shoulder pads, you can swap them out, but as long as you get the shoulder pads to the arms, you're all good. And then you can swap out the bodies. The heads you can swap out. They've got this little notch on the inside of the body. Some of them I just kind of cut off just to kind of allow me to try and change the poses up, which worked. So yeah, that's just the instruction manual. Just quick, thought, a couple little bit of problems, mistakes, but I would hope that they have fixed the instructions to roll out when they come out in single boxes, but I doubt they have. So those mistakes will probably be in the single packs now. So yeah, I will go on and bring out the miniatures now. So these are all the miniatures that you get in the box. You get your Terminators, your Leviathan, your other Terminators, and your Breaches. So we'll go through each one of these groups individually, and we'll discuss whether they're worth it or not worth it. So this is the Breacher Squad. The Breacher Squad's a pretty straightforward squad to put together. You basically put your bodies together like normal. any normal tactical squad, and then you put your new heads on. Then you build your shield, and then you attach your shield to the arm. You put the arm on the body. Then you want to attach your gun to the other arm, and then basically you put the gun inside the shield. And I'll kind of show you what I mean. So basically, you got to put the dry fit the arm into that shield because you can't really get that in any other way. So yeah, it's pretty simple. Once you kind of get a hang of it, you put in. There was not really many mold lines on the shield. You can see one kind of there slightly, but pretty straightforward. So you'll get two of these guys that have the open pose. So there's a sergeant. You can put different weapons on the sergeant. He's got like little back bit. There's another one. So there's one of your special weapons. So yeah. And that's kind of all the breaches. So with these guys, actually, you can attach heavy combat weapons to them. So like power axes, power mauls, and make a close combat one. So yeah, that's kind of a nice little attachment like thing you could do. So that was in the book under veteran breaches. So yeah, we'll move on to the Terminators now. So these are the new Cataphracti Terminators with bulk height, charges, and power moles. Pretty simple to put together. There's not much you can change on these guys. Weapon wise, you can change the poses around. That's pretty easy to do. And you can change the shoulder pads and the side pads. So I'll show you kind of what they look like. So that's one of the different shoulder pads and side pads. There. So that's one with the power axe. And that's the heavy cannon. No, pretty simple. This is what they kind of look like compared to the original ones. If it will focus. So there is a change. They're pretty close to the same height. Legs look pretty close to the same. Tassels have a bit more detail to them. They're a bit skinnier. So the original ones have just more weapon options. And the easier shoulder pads to build. So with the shoulder pads, I got these pretty good, if I can get it to focus. Yeah, so normal. So what happens is you need to put this shoulder pad and these two together, so they kind of push together, and then you put that on, and it suggests to put them all on while they're on the arm. My recommendation is to do the bottom parts, put them on, kind of get them lined up, let them slightly set, and then put the top part on, and then let that dry, and then put it on the arm. It just kind of slips onto the arm. So you can put the arm on and then just push the shoulder pad on. So pretty easy. That is the Cataphractii Terminator in the new Horus Heresy box. So these are the new Cataphractii Terminators with combi bolters and power fists. Pretty much the same as the last ones. Just how they go together. So that's a new flamer. There's a new power hammer, which is kind of cool. I do like the fact that you got these the bolts kind of hanging down. So it's not on all of them, it's just on some of them. And there's the chain axe. So you don't get enough of those the chain swords that go on these guys to make a full squad. You only get one, unfortunately. Hopefully they will come out with an upgrade sprue for these guys that will give you, the other four that you require, as well as the lightning claws. That would be good. And I would like some other weapons and shields, I guess. But probably won't get that from Games Workshop. Alien, just a quick comparison. That is the old one, and that is the new one. So noticeably different, but yeah. And that is the new Cataphractii Terminators. This is a Leviathan that is in the box set. It's, a standard one that's been around for a while. So with the siege weapons, I just went for a weird standing, slightly moving pose. But yeah, that's the Leviathan. Okay, so this is the part of the video where I kind of talk about the pros, the cons, and if I think it's kind of worth getting the box, as well as getting these boxes kind of individually. So we'll start with, on the ones on the left, the Terminators with the combi bolters. Yes, I think they're a good miniatures. I'm a bit disappointed with the fact that they dropped from 10 to 6, where normally you run them in a squad of 5 and a squad of 10. I don't know if that's changed with the current rules and squad layouts, but it's just weird they've dropped the number of models that are in the box. And then they've added extra shoulder pads and extra side pads, but no extra helmets, no extra heads, no extra weapons, really. You got some extra weapons for the cap, like the sergeant. But other than that, there's not much, changed. And then they've kind of increased the price slightly, I believe. So, a bit of a disappointment, but I recommend still getting them. They're kind of a good build, kind of look cool. So yeah. Now to the breaches. The breaches are amazing. The breaches are just the go-to. They look cool. They're kind of cool to put together. Pack of 10. Pretty cool. I would have liked to seen more in this box when it came to the breaches. Like, they gave us 10, yeah, it's fine, but like they gave us half a box of tactical squad, and I would have liked them to give us the full tactical squad, like give us the full 20. That way we got 10 shooters as well, just to kind of be behind them shooting. Um, but yeah, it is what it is. I know Games Workshop has margins; they can't just put random boxes in, but miniatures in. But I would have liked to see in a full box because it just makes zero sense. Like they get put a half a box of models in. We'll move to the other. Move to the other cataphracti. It's the same problem. You've got 6 out of 10. It used to be 10. I would prefer to see the 10. That's not going to change. Also, like the poses, the weapons, just it's strange that we don't have like power claws anymore. We don't have the full 6. Well, it used to be 10. Lots of the chainswords. So you used to be able to make 2 different types in a box. Now you kind of get a box and you're going to be stuck with that box. There's no variance in those boxes anymore. So, which is a huge disappointment by Games Workshop. Like, you used to buy a box, you get, some Power Claw ones, a squad of Power Claws, then you go and buy another box and you'd make some shooters. That kind of disappointment means you're probably not going to go buy multiple boxes because you can't make multiple different units. And then the Leviathan's been in multiple boxes. It's an okay fit for this box. I would have liked to seen a different variant of the Leviathan. That would have been cool to see. Or something that we haven't seen before in this box that would kind of go with the breaches and the new Terminators, different weapon or something. Like an upgrade sprue for the Leviathan that kind of just pushes it into a more of a boarding the ship Leviathan. So, but yeah. Would I recommend getting this box? Yes and no. The price tag's pretty high, but like for what you get is what you get. I would have liked to also seen if you didn't get the extra 10. If you got an extra 10 Space Marines, that would have been cool. But if you didn't get I would have been happy with say a new commander HQ in here with a breacher shield or something, or a commander in the new Terminator armor. That would have been cool. Just in this box to kind of round it up. So yeah, that's my review of the Siege Assault box. Thank you for watching. Please hit subscribe, follow. I really would appreciate it. I'm only just starting this channel out. You can go over to my TikTok, follow my TikTok. There's more content of this box on there. Thank you. Bye.